So now we are being told he worked for Russia. Jeffrey Epstein is being accused of being a spy for the KGB and the Russians. But let's have a look at his life briefly. So there are a couple of things that we know clearly. Jeffrey Epstein had a close relationship with the former Israeli Prime Minister, Ehud Barak. And it is a relationship for years, for over a decade. They were good friends. And why is that? You have to answer that question. Secondly, there's an FBI document from 2020 that says Epstein worked for the Mossad. Why would the FBI say something like this? Thirdly, Epstein and his former girlfriend, his partner in crime, Ghislaine Maxwell, did exploit minors. Now, these are facts no one can neglect. And Epstein himself, he started as a math and physics teacher, as an ungraduated math and physics teacher, actually. So he did not graduate from university. And then he quit his teaching profession. He worked for a Wall Street investment bank. He quit that also, and then he started his own investment and financial management firm. And that made him, this is what we are told, a lot rich. And in the 1991, early 1990s, he met Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell is the daughter of Robert Maxwell, who himself is accused of being an Israeli spy who stole US secrets and gave them to the Israelis. Then in 2008, Epstein admitted guilty for exploiting minors and paying them to do evil acts. And later on in 2019, he was arrested again for the same type of crimes, and we are told he committed suicide. But there are many people who doubt whether he committed suicide. Now, this man, we know from his emails, from the millions of documents that have been released, which includes emails, photos, videos, that he committed terrible, terrible crimes. And there is a big circle of rich and powerful individuals who he served, who visited his island. And if you have to think about why would a man do these things? What was behind him? What drives Jeffrey Epstein to do all of the things that he did? The first reason that I could think of is power and money. He built this massive influential network for himself that gave him access to more power and money. Secondly, there's the corruption of the soul. This is what the Quran tells us, that every soul has good and bad in it. And the human being has been given the power to act on whatever he wants to act on. Thirdly, what drove him is probably, if you think deeper, is loyalty. Maybe he was very loyal to the state that he served, and he wanted to build this network of influential people so that he could influence them or blackmail them. As a result, these people and corporations and their organizations would make their policies that would not harm the state that Epstein was serving. Just remember, when Epstein trafficked minors for evil acts, it was not only for himself, it was for other people. And how many of those people have we seen that are being charged or investigated? And I sometimes think how many other people are out there that have built similar type of networks and nobody knows about them. What we can learn from this is actually how we as individuals can influence the kids and minors in our lives so that they are not exploited by these gangs. And if this case, Epstein, is not properly investigated deeper and the victims have not been given justice, it will encourage other people who are doing same terrible, horrible deeds to keep doing what they're doing, because they will say there is no reckoning. Nobody cares about them. And that will expose further, deeper, the corruption that the elites of the society have. In my opinion, there are two things that are being neglected in Epstein's case. I don't know whether it's on purpose. Number one, it's his strong ties with the Zionist state. And secondly, the people whom he served or were trapped in his spider web, we know very little about them, and they are not properly being investigated. Now, that's basically my opinion, that he worked for the Zionist state. What do you think he worked for?